They're not like us where they're like, okay, he has this type of body, he has this type of face, he has this type of this. I'm attracted to him. I'm aroused by him, right? That's not what it like with us. We can see, okay, damn, she got a body like this. I'm aroused. Like I could easily be aroused by her. With them, it's like, okay, I'm interested in him, but then there needs to be some behavior that makes her aroused, that turns her on. And if you're not doing that, if you're not trying to get physical, she will never feel that. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Marv Over Matter back with another video. And today, what I'm going to talk about is why you need to try and get physical early on when talking to a woman, right? Early on in the process, you need to try and be physical. So, side note, I got a mic, so hopefully you guys can hear me better. A lot of people recently have been saying that they couldn't hear my videos. Like they've said it before, but it was just like every once in a while. But I feel like it was picking up a little bit, so I got a mic. But yeah, you need to at least try to get physical early on in talking with a girl because I've said this before. They will put you in the friend zone. You won't have a second date. You won't have a third date. Um, if you don't try, if you don't at least try. So I had a commenter. That's kind of what inspired this video. A commenter yesterday said that he went on a first date with a girl, second date with a girl, and he didn't try to kiss her. He didn't really try to do anything. And then after the second date, she's texting him like, "Oh, I just see you as a friend." Right? So there's multiple reasons. I've covered at least one before, where I talked about how they just think you're not interested. They're gonna think, okay, he didn't try to do anything, he didn't try to make a move, so obviously he's not sexually into me, right? So that's one reason. But upon, some of my more recent understanding of how like evolutionary psychology has an effect on our dating lives and the things that we do when dating, and just understanding psychology in general, I've come to understand that, women don't have that. I said this in my last video, don't have they're not in a constant state of like sexuality. They get spikes of their hormone, like I said before. And so if you don't spike her, if you don't turn her on, she's not going to associate you with sex, right? She's going to be like, well, I'm not turned on by him. I must not be interested in him. Now, she might not sleep with you when you try. That's why I say try, not be physical. I say try to be physical because it's up to her to have her boundaries. Some girls are going to sleep with you on the first date, some girls won't. It's literally up to them. Some of them will kiss you, some of them won't. Some of them usually don't, but they might kiss you because you turn them on. Like there's gonna be different scenarios, and that's not really what it's about. The point is that you tried, right? So you got her turned on, you got her in the mood where she's has to turn you down. Like, oh, I really want to, but no, I'm gonna stay strong to my morals and my values, right? Let her do that, but it's up to you to try so that you can turn her on, because that's another reason why girls don't like you, girls are not sexually interested in you, is because you don't turn them on. You're not doing anything to get them in that state, so they'll never see you like that. And if they don't see you like that pretty early on, it's kind of bad. Like you can grow a comfort, you can grow like a more of a emotional connection over time, and that can lead to some physical attraction. But there's nothing like that initial time period when a girl first sees you, first meets you, and she's physically attracted to you. It's not going to be as intense later on. Everybody's the most attracted to the person when they first see them. That's how it goes. So it's like a lot of guys are just walking around being nice, and this is why the nice guy doesn't get girls. Is because you're not doing anything to push the envelope that's gonna arouse her, that's gonna turn her on, right? So if you go on a date with her and you're just being like that, you're just being cool, like she's gonna be like, yeah, I like spending time with you. You're good looking. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind going out and being seen with you, but you're not doing anything that's gonna make me want you. You're not doing anything like that. Like I had a friend who I remember me and him, we met this girl on set, and instantly he was like into her, so he was trying to get with her, trying to get with her. She was curving him. She was like, no, I don't want you, I don't want you, whatever. But he was just like, I mean, persistent, which, depending on the situation, be persistent or don't, or depending on what you think, be persistent or don't. But it can work if, right? he wasn't just persistent, like, oh, I really want to go out with you. He has like a charm to him. He adds sex into his jokes. He makes sexual innuendos. He has a lot of banter, right? There's a lot of things that he brought to her. She first seen, I mean, he's pretty tall, so that helps him, on the physical level. So I think she was more just rejected him out of, caution, as opposed to being unattracted, right? I don't think she was unattracted to him. I think she was just more like, no, he's coming on too strong. He's doing too much. But his persistence in adding that banter, adding that charisma, adding that sexuality to their interactions really helped to turn her around and get her to open up. And sometimes that is why you're getting rejected. It's not because she's just so unattracted to you that she's like, oh, I would never. She's just like, no, I don't. She's just being cautious, right? I don't really want. I don't think it's a good idea. Nah, he's coming on too strong. He's too direct, right? Especially when you come on direct. When you come on direct, she's gonna resist you. They're gonna resist you, and so that's when you need to have that persistence. Anybody who is direct, who has that style, is has some persistence incorporated in their game. You have to, right? You don't have to be persistent if you have more of a chill game, right? If you have more of the weight and let the girls come to you, you don't got to be persistent. But if your game is direct and you want to go up and be direct, you have to have that persistence in your game. It has to be built in. And so he did that. It's I think in Robert Greene's book, it's called The Rake. He's so passionate. He's so romantic. He's that's such a lover. He's so sexual, right? He comes with that energy, and it's overwhelming the women to the point where they're just like they fall into like a fantasy with him. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that every time you're on a date, but if you have a part of that, a part of that persistence, a part of that something that will turn them on, turn them into like, oh, like I wonder where this could go. You know what I mean? They can't wonder where it could go if you don't do anything. They're just gonna assume, oh, it wouldn't go anywhere because he's a man and he's not trying to be with me. He's not trying to sleep with me. Something's either wrong with him. He probably doesn't like me, or I just don't see him like that. I don't know. He looks like he should, but it doesn't. Nothing happens. I don't feel anything. And they go off of their feelings, right? They go off of how they feel. They're not like us where they're like, okay, he has this type of body, he has this type of face, he has this type of this. I'm attracted to him. I'm aroused by him, right? That's not what it like with us. We can see, okay, damn, she got a body like this. I'm aroused. Like I could easily be aroused by her. With them, it's like, okay, I'm interested in him, but then there needs to be some behavior that makes her aroused, that turns her on. And if you're not doing that, if you're not trying to get physical, she will never feel that, and so nothing will ever happen, and you will continue to be friend zoned. You will continue to be friend zoned. You have to, in some way, even if you don't, even if you're not directly trying to be physical, you have to bring up sex. You have to say something that is gonna get her in that mode. You have to talk about it. Like something about what you're doing has to be geared towards sex or sexuality. And if it's not, nothing is gonna happen. You're gonna be friend zoned. So this is a quick one. Just yeah, you gotta try. You gotta be physical. You gotta put some effort in. You gotta put yourself out there, risk getting rejected. It's okay to be rejected when you're trying to be physical. The point is that you tried to be physical, and that will put that in her mind. Okay, this guy wants something more than just friends, right? I don't see him as just a friend because he's trying to do. He doesn't see me as just a friend because he's trying to do more. I felt a little something when he tried. Okay, all right, let's see what it is about him. A lot of y'all not giving yourselves a chance. You gotta give yourself a chance. All right, fellas. So that's the video for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some more topics in the comment section. I got my coaching calls in the description box, Instagram in the description box. And y'all know what it is. It's mind over matter, mind over matter. Let's get it.